with it. Rodgers gave us the definitive answer, and it happened on the Pat McAfee show when he was asked directly, is 2025 going to be your curtain call? And here it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. That's why we just did a 1-year deal. Steelers didn't need to, put any extra years on that or anything. So, this was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. I mean, I played 20 freaking years. It's been a long run, and I've enjoyed it. And what better place to finish than in one of the cornerstone franchises of the NFL?
That's growth.
Yeah.
That's growth, A-Rod. I mean, I'm happy for the young man, or I guess I shouldn't say young man, old man. I'm happy for the old man. You know who, when he does suit up for the Steelers week 1, he is going to officially be the oldest player to ever play in a football game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nobody has done it over 40 years old. He will be 41, and turn December, he'll actually be 42. Now, there's no telling if whether or not he'll be actually still playing there, contingent on injuries and or a benching because he might be bad. But the old fart still got it seems like. I think the vibes are high in Pittsburgh right now. They're happy to have A-Rod.
Yeah, and they're getting a happy A-Rod.
Yeah.
I think that might be just as impactful, because we have this, well, you might think a redemption arc, a prove everybody wrong season, or is it a celebration of Aaron Rodgers? It's not a sad funeral. It's a happy funeral of his career, which I think is a lot more easy to root for.
Yeah. I think finally, I think if we're going to go about it this way, instead of the way that he entered the Meadowlands, acting as if he was the second coming to Tom Brady, thinking he was going to lift them to title contention instantly. When he entered the New York Jets, it was championship or bust. I believe Aaron Rodgers has successfully, right or wrong, Aaron Rodgers has successfully lowered the bar so low when it comes to expectations of what he'll do in the Steelers uniform, he actually has a chance to succeed. I think there's a chance here that he can do some numbers for his Q rating. I think there's a chance he can actually go off into the sunset and leave us with happy memories and not, ones of him either underachieving or being absolutely annoying. And there's nothing he can do behind the microphone to change a lot of people's minds. He's going to have to do it between the lines for the Steelers. And the question is now, between now and the end of training camp, we as a public, them within the walls there over who the Steelers play. It's not Heinz Field anymore. It's like
Acrisure Stadium.
Acrisure Stadium. They need to decide what their goals are and whatnot, and they need to set whatever that standard, that bar is going to be. But I do believe whatever that is, it is definitely not what he came into the Jets organization talking, and that's why I think he has a chance here for a little bit of as they say in the TV shows, little redemption, little character arc redemption here. But he's got to win football games in that Steelers uniform. If he goes out like he did last year with the Jets, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we all know he's not going to admit this, but Aaron Rodgers does like attention.
Oh yeah, he loves
it. It's like part of his brand to hate the attention and to hate to have to answer the questions, but he leaves you breadcrumbs and he leaves you reasons to ask questions. That's what he's done the entire second half of his career, really.
Is anybody still questioning whether or not that dude loves attention? There's no way to actually, no matter what he tells you, all of his actions go directly against that.
And except for this right here, by saying outright, this will be my last year, it's almost succumbing to the fact that, okay, yes, I would like to be recognized as one final run.
Hold on, C-Cat. That's where I would disagree with you. Him declaring this his last year does exactly what he wants it to do, and that's turn it from what are the expectations for Rodgers in a Steelers uniform? How can he cement his legacy in this league? How can he go out on top like Manning did, like Brady did? It turns it from that to a celebration and a victory lap and a somewhat of a, okay, now that we know this is it for sure, let's just all appreciate him while we still have him kind of tour. I think this takes the tension away from his last season versus putting the tension on. Maybe he learned something from the past couple of years with the Jets.
That's true. Now you're buying tickets to your hometown football team because it's your last chance to see Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's doing a victory tour. He's doing the victory lap. The same thing everybody says LeBron James is not going to go without. People who announce their retirement this far ahead of the NFL or NBA season or MLB, they don't do that because they don't like attention. Tim Duncan didn't say he was hanging him up until he was done. Peyton Manning waited until after the Super Bowl to officially call it quits. They didn't ask. They didn't put a sign out there that said, "This is it. This is the last you're going to get of me. Enjoy me while I last."
So you're right. You are right. I misspoke there. I think this is him admitting that he likes attention.
Oh, okay, there we
Before
go.
he wouldn't admit it. Now it's cutting the crap and saying, "Yeah, A-Rod out." Dropping the mic.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
because maybe 3 years ago, Aaron Rodgers would say, "I don't know what I'm going to do in 2026. Like, I really like my personal life,
Right.
but I also like football." And it'll keep you guessing. Weeks, minicamp, preseason, weeks 1, 2, and 3. Maybe after the Steelers rattle off 6 wins in a row, it's like, yeah, I kind of love this core. I want to see this one through. Me and TJ till we die.
Oh.
You're thinking, wait a second, Aaron Rodgers going to play till he's 51? Yeah, maybe he is the enigma. Maybe he could do that. Maybe he's going to beat Brady and all this stuff. Or maybe after a 3-game losing streak, it's like, football isn't everything, guys. Aaron Rodgers 3 years ago might have given you a bunch of different answers that keep you guessing and keep you asking these types of questions. Now, cards are on the table. This is the swan song.
This is it. This is absolutely it. And with this being the swan song, though, C-Cat, how will you consume 2025 for the Steelers and Rodgers? Because I'm going to tell you what my standard will be for them. And this is more so based on if he wants to end things the right way. When I look at the quarterbacks of this era, many of them went out, if not on top, at least on a high note. When I look at, obviously, Tom Brady, right? Like, there's no debating whether or not he did it the right way, winning a title and then having that comeback against the Rams in the playoffs the year afterwards. Brady showed us that hey, he's so good, damn it, that to this day teams are like, I don't know, is he still available? Right. He's 48, but I mean.
I think we stopped asking that, like, legitimately, tossing out there, jokingly or not. Last season, what? No, we were still talking about that. Wait a second, ownership in the Raiders?
Yeah.
Does that prevent him from playing football? This will be the first season that no one will even half-jokingly consider Tom Brady in the NFL.
And that is absolutely crazy when you consider how old he is and also how old he was when he won his last title. He was 43 years old when he won that title with the Bucs. So, again, when I look at the way Rodgers is departing here, he has a chance to go out on a high note like Breeze did, like Manning did, like Brady did, and also similar, at least, to you think about some of the NBA greats, right? Like Kobe's last game left us with a great memory, 60 points, going out strong. It wasn't playoff performances or anything like that, but it was more so, I still got it, I'm still him. Tim Duncan goes out with the championship. Like the greats of this modern era have shown the ability to do that. You go to the Steelers, the barometer for success is making the playoffs and winning playoff games. I think that mark is too high based on who the Steelers have on the roster and based on what it seems like is left in the tank for Rodgers. But what I will say is that would be what impresses me in 2025. If he can not only get the Steelers to make it to the postseason in a tough division in the strongest conference in the NFL right now, especially with the elite level quarterback play that we have up and down that thing, but not only make the playoffs, find a way to win a game. Something that Mike Tomlin and the Steelers have not done since 2016. Win a playoff game in a loaded AFC. Then I can start to officially feel like Rodgers had his curtain call that is at least on par with what he was able to give us when he was at the peak of his powers throughout his career. He won a Super Bowl early on and didn't really do much substantially in the postseason after that. He's got to show me he can win a playoff game despite the challenges that are going to be in front of the Steelers in this AFC for me to feel good about this guy's career, for me to move him in front of a guy like Drew Brees. It's a Top 5 Tuesday, C-Cat. I'm going to be giving out my top 5 quarterbacks since 2000, and we have had some great ones grace this league. Aaron Rodgers barely made the cut for as much as we talk about him, he was not a dominant force in this era. There are several years where his play did not matter to the result of who was going to be the actual champion in the league.